Women don't fall in love randomly. There are specific reasons, 13 to be exact, that spark that deep attraction. And no, it's not just about looks or money. It goes deeper into your mindset, your energy, and how you carry yourself. Especially if you live by the principles of Stoicism, you'll understand that power isn't loud. It's calm, controlled, and consistent. So let's break down the 13 real reasons why women fall in love with you and how it all connects to the Stoic way of life. Reason 1, emotional control. There's strength in stillness. When a man can keep his composure under pressure, when he doesn't crack in the face of conflict or panic in moments of stress, he sends a powerful message. He's not easily shaken. That kind of control is rare, and it speaks volumes. Women are drawn to men who can navigate life's storms with calm and clarity. It creates a sense of safety. A Stoic man doesn't lash out. He doesn't overreact. He feels emotions, but he's not ruled by them. That emotional mastery, it's not just attractive, it's magnetic. Reason 2, purpose-driven life. A man with no direction is like a ship with no sail, drifting, lost, and waiting for life to happen. But a man with purpose, he's on a mission. He knows what he's building, where he's going, and why it matters. When your actions align with a bigger goal, when every day has meaning, people take notice. And women especially admire that clarity. A man who's focused on something greater than himself isn't easily distracted. He's driven. That kind of passion and dedication creates gravity. It pulls people in without the need for showmanship. Reason 3, quiet confidence. Real confidence doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't seek approval. It doesn't beg for praise. True confidence is quiet. It's knowing your worth, without needing anyone else to confirm it. A Stoic man doesn't boast. He doesn't try to impress. He just is. And that presence, the silent strength in how he carries himself, often speaks louder than words ever could. It's the kind of energy that makes people stop and pay attention. Especially in a world full of noise, quiet confidence becomes irresistible. Reason 4, consistency. Inconsistency creates doubt. When someone's words don't match their actions, when you never know what version of them you're going to get, it's hard to feel secure. But a Stoic man, he's consistent in his values, in his behavior, in how he treats others. That stability builds deep trust. It shows maturity, it shows reliability, and it shows emotional intelligence. Women don't just want someone exciting, they want someone they can rely on. Someone whose actions speak with clarity and consistency. Reason 5, boundaries. Respect always starts with self-respect. And one of the clearest signs of that self-respect, boundaries. A Stoic man knows when to say no, and more importantly, he knows how to say it without guilt. He doesn't overextend himself to please others or try to fit into someone else's expectations. He protects his time, his energy, and his values. He doesn't allow people to drain him. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the cycle of always saying yes, trying to be everything to everyone. But that's a fast track to burnout. A man with strong boundaries doesn't chase approval. He doesn't seek to please just to be liked. Instead, he focuses on what truly matters to him. This ability to say no, to protect what's his, is an incredibly attractive quality. Women are naturally drawn to men who won't compromise their values for the sake of pleasing others. It shows a quiet strength and confidence. They respect a man who has the courage to prioritize his own needs and who values his time enough to protect it fiercely. Boundaries aren't just about saying no to others, they're also about knowing when to say yes to yourself. And that self-respect, that inner strength, is magnetic. Reason 6. Discipline. Discipline is a quality that's rare today, and that rarity is what makes it so powerful. In a world filled with instant gratification, where every notification is a temptation and every distraction is just a click away, discipline becomes an art. A Stoic man doesn't give in to distractions. He doesn't chase short-term pleasures that don't serve his long-term goals. He stays focused. He moves with purpose. Discipline isn't just about self-control. It's about creating habits that align with your values and goals. Whether it's your fitness routine, your work ethic, or your personal growth, a disciplined man knows what needs to be done, and he does it. He doesn't let life's noise get in the way of his mission. This kind of focus is magnetic. Women are drawn to men who can delay gratification for the sake of their bigger picture. They respect men who can resist the pull of instant rewards because they understand the strength it takes to stay committed to something greater than the fleeting pleasures of the moment. And it's not just about work. It's about consistency in every area of life, from how you take care of your body to how you show up for the people who matter most. Discipline shows integrity, strength, and maturity. It shows a man who is not only in control of himself, but also in control of the life he's creating. Reason 7. Independence. Independence is one of the most attractive qualities a man can possess. But true independence doesn't mean pushing people away. It means knowing who you are and being secure in that, with or without anyone else. A Stoic man doesn't rely on others for validation. He's not looking for someone to complete him. He knows that his worth isn't dependent on external factors. He doesn't need anyone's approval to feel confident in himself. He's self-reliant. This sense of independence is incredibly powerful because it sends a message that you're whole, just as you are. You're not seeking validation or approval. You're comfortable with your own company, your own thoughts, and your own journey. Women find this type of independence irresistible. It's not about being emotionally distant. It's about being emotionally self-sufficient. It's the kind of strength that comes from being secure in yourself and knowing that you don't need anyone to define your worth. When a man stands strong on his own, people naturally want to stand beside him. Independence doesn't create distance, it creates respect, and that respect fuels attraction. Reason 8. Deep presence. In an era where we're constantly distracted, scrolling through phones, checking notifications, always thinking about the next thing, being present is one of the rarest and most powerful gifts you can give someone. A Stoic man doesn't check his phone during conversations. He's not mentally elsewhere, lost in thoughts about the future or the past. He's right here, right now, fully engaged in the present moment. When a man gives his full attention to someone, it's not just noticed, it's deeply felt. That kind of presence makes people feel seen, heard, and valued. It's an attention that's rare, but it's also magnetic. Being fully present in any interaction requires emotional discipline and a deep sense of self-awareness. It means you're not just physically there, but mentally and emotionally there as well. And that level of focus, whether it's with a partner, a friend, or even a stranger, creates a bond that goes beyond surface-level connections. Women are drawn to men who are fully engaged in the moment because that kind of attention makes them feel important. And in a world where many are distracted by screens and external noise, that kind of presence is incredibly powerful. It's real. It's authentic. Reason 9. Minimal drama. One of the easiest ways to create attraction is by keeping your life free from unnecessary chaos. A Stoic man doesn't get caught up in the gossip, petty arguments, or dramatic situations. His life is peaceful. His emotions are under control. And because of that, his peace becomes irresistible. In a world that thrives on drama and conflict, a man who remains calm, focused, and unaffected by external chaos is a breath of fresh air. Women are drawn to this calmness. They respect a man who can stay grounded even when others around him are falling apart. That minimal drama isn't just a result of being emotionless. It's the byproduct of emotional mastery. A Stoic man doesn't allow the noise of the world to disturb his inner peace. He keeps his energy for what truly matters, and that level of peace is magnetic. People are drawn to his stability and the sense of calm that radiates from him. Reason 10. Growth mindset. A Stoic man never settles. He's always evolving, physically, mentally, emotionally. The pursuit of growth isn't just something he does when it's convenient. It's part of who he is. Women are drawn to men who don't stagnate, who keep leveling up. A man with a growth mindset sees every challenge as an opportunity for improvement. Whether it's mastering a new skill, pushing his physical limits, or expanding his emotional intelligence, he's committed to becoming a better version of himself every day. This drive for constant self-improvement is attractive because it signals a man who isn't satisfied with mediocrity. He doesn't settle for comfort or complacency. He's always reaching for more. And that ambition, that hunger for growth, creates a powerful pull. Women respect a man who is always striving to be the best version of himself. Reason 11. Mystery. Mystery is a quality that's often overlooked, but is one of the most powerful tools in attracting attention. A Stoic man doesn't overshare. He doesn't reveal every detail of his life. He keeps some things to himself. That sense of mystery creates curiosity. It's not about playing games. It's about having control over what you choose to share. By withholding certain parts of yourself, you allow others to be intrigued. They want to know more. They want to uncover the layers beneath the surface. Women are naturally drawn to men who aren't an open book. There's something captivating about a man who keeps his life, thoughts, and emotions just out of reach, inviting others to explore. This mystery isn't a facade. It's a sign of inner strength and control. A man who doesn't need to prove himself by constantly revealing everything is a man who commands attention. Reason 11. Mystery. Mystery is one of the most captivating qualities a man can possess, and it's often overlooked in a world where oversharing has become the norm. A Stoic man understands the power of mystery. He doesn't feel the need to reveal every detail of his life, or constantly share his thoughts, feelings, or experiences. Instead, he keeps certain aspects of himself private, creating an air of intrigue around him. This is not about being secretive or hiding important parts of his life. It's about maintaining a sense of self-control and not oversaturating others with every bit of information. Why is this attractive? It's simple. Mystery invites curiosity. People, especially women, are naturally drawn to men who leave something to be discovered. A man who's an open book may initially seem transparent, but over time, that openness can lose its allure. The Stoic man, on the other hand, gives just enough to keep people interested without fully laying himself bare. He knows that not everything needs to be said or shared. In fact, some of the most powerful connections are built on things that remain unspoken. This mystery isn't about playing games or being elusive. It's about self-mastery, and emotional intelligence. A man who can withhold certain details from others isn't doing so out of manipulation. He's simply comfortable with himself and doesn't feel the need to prove anything to others. His strength comes from within, and his mystery is a reflection of his inner confidence. Women find this kind of mystery fascinating because it signals that the man is not easily read. There's depth to him, and they're naturally curious to learn more. The Stoic man understands that life isn't about revealing everything at once. Sometimes the best relationships are the ones that unfold slowly, layer by layer. It's the art of being intriguing without being deceptive. Reason 12. Integrity. Integrity is the bedrock of all meaningful relationships, and it's one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. In a world where it can sometimes feel like integrity is in short supply, a man who consistently does what he sees and follows through on his promises stands out like a beacon. A Stoic man's word is his bond. When he commits to something, whether it's a project, a task, or a relationship, he follows through no matter what. He doesn't make excuses. He doesn't let others down. And he doesn't back out of his promises when things get tough. Integrity means living by your values, sticking to your principles, and being truthful, even when it's difficult. This quality is deeply attractive because it signals reliability, honor, and strength. A man of integrity isn't just respected, he's admired. When a woman knows she can trust a man, it creates a foundation of trust that is essential in any relationship. Trust doesn't just create respect, it deepens attraction. Women are drawn to men who act with honesty and honor because it shows that they can rely on him not just in good times, but also when challenges arise. A man who embodies integrity creates a safe, dependable space for those around him. And that reliability and consistency form the bedrock of a strong and lasting relationship. Integrity builds attraction over time because it is a sign of maturity and emotional security. When a man is true to his word, he exudes a level of strength and reliability that is undeniably magnetic. Being a man of integrity also means being true to yourself. The Stoic man doesn't try to be someone he's not just to fit in or win approval. He lives according to his values, and that authenticity creates a strong sense of self that others can admire and respect. Integrity is more than a moral quality, it's a magnetic force that draws people in. Reason 13. You make her feel safe. One of the most profound emotional needs in any relationship is safety, and a Stoic man excels at providing that feeling of security, both physically and emotionally. But the safety a Stoic man offers isn't just about physical protection. It goes far beyond that. His presence brings calm, his words are steady and measured, his energy is grounded, which creates an atmosphere where his partner feels emotionally secure and at ease. The Stoic man doesn't let external chaos or turbulence disturb the peace around him. He is a rock in the storm, someone who offers stability when the world feels uncertain. Women are naturally drawn to men who make them feel safe, not just in a physical sense, but emotionally too. When a woman feels safe with a man, she can fully relax and be herself without fear of judgment, rejection, or emotional turmoil. She can trust that her emotions are valid and that her feelings will be respected. This safety goes hand in hand with emotional intelligence. The Stoic man is emotionally self-regulated. He knows how to communicate calmly, listen without judgment, and offer support when needed. This emotional steadiness creates a space where his partner can express herself freely, knowing she won't be met with volatility or chaos. That emotional safety is priceless, and it's the fertile ground where love and trust can grow. Women long for a relationship where they feel emotionally secure, where they can express vulnerability and be open without fear. The Stoic man provides this environment because his calm, composed nature allows his partner to feel protected. His steady presence is deeply soothing, and it creates a deep bond that can stand the test of time. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, share this with anyone who could benefit, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on more insightful content like this. A Stoic man is a man who knows how to live with intention. He doesn't chase approval or validation. He attracts it by being true to his principles, living with integrity, and creating safety and trust in his relationships. His mystery is alluring, his integrity is steadfast, and his presence offers emotional security that women can't help but be drawn to. If you want to become the kind of man women are naturally attracted to, focus on building yourself from the inside out. Cultivate a strong sense of integrity, love by your values, and make sure you're emotionally grounded. When you can create a space of safety and trust, when you can be intriguing without needing to explain everything, and when you can stand firm in your principles, you'll find that you become the kind of man who naturally draws people in, especially women. Because when you lead with strength, emotional control, and authenticity, you not only create attraction, you build lasting, meaningful connections. And that's the kind of man women can't help but desire.